I finally watched a Predator movie for the first time this week, so here are my honest spoiler-free thoughts about the new one as someone who knows pretty much nothing about the lore. I was able to attend an early screening last night. I went in mostly blind, but I prepped a little bit before I headed out by putting on Prey so I could get a general idea of what to expect from this world. My Predator franchise knowledge pretty much starts and ends in the 2000s when I remember seeing the Alien vs. Predator ads. I did have Prey on my watch list though because I wanted to see Amber Midthunder's performance and I was curious about what Dan Trachtenberg was up to after 10 Cloverfield Lane. I also wanted to see Badlands for a similar reason, which is Elle Fanning's performance, and I'm really glad I checked it out. I liked this movie way more than I expected, and that is not a diss on the film at all. That's just coming from someone that doesn't really check out a lot of sci-fi action. But I was open to this one because I just love movies in general. I just happen to be more of a horror fan. And I will say I didn't feel a ton of horror elements in this. There are some here and there with the visuals and the creatures and the tension building, but overall it feels like a pure sci-fi adventure film. Outside of the action, the performances and the story were really well done. I was invested in feeling emotions, which I was honestly not expecting as someone that doesn't really go for this genre of films and also had zero knowledge pretty much about the rest of the franchise. I do feel like it was presented in a way where first-time viewers like me can understand what's going on without that deeper franchise knowledge. There's also beautiful cinematography and the sound mixing was so immersive. Like I said, Elle Fanning was the main reason that I wanted to check this out. I've been a fan of hers since Super 8 and the Neon Demon, so it was really fun to see her in a role like this. She plays Thea, the unlikely ally to our main protagonist, Deck, a young predator who has been outcast from his clan. Elle really brings a lot of depth and humor and personality to this film. She's kind of a light and a lot of darkness, I guess I'll say. And I am avoiding spoilers, but I will say that she shows a lot of range. She's a badass in the fight sequences and she's smart, which was really cool to see how she uses her intelligence as a weapon. She also meshes really well with Deck and some other characters that I won't spoil. I also have to mention Demetrius Schuster-Kaloa-Matangi. He's empathetic and vicious, and he also just shows a really wide range of this character. And again, I don't want to spoil anything, but that opening sequence, I was locked in from that moment on. Overall, they really make you care about these characters. I think that's reflective of both performances, but also in the direction and the writing. There is a lot more humor and heart than even I was expecting, and I think that is a big reason why I really enjoyed this film. It's also definitely still heavy on the action, which I'm sure a lot of people will really enjoy. And while I do wish there had been a little more in the horror department, I think it's worth a watch if you are a fan of strong female protagonists and just immersive worlds in general when it comes to movies. Predator Badlands is in theaters beginning November 7th.